more preparation for the track. There's something that I haven't had in the car for a bit, but I really wasn't heavy tracking the car, so it really wasn't a concern. But since we're taking this a little bit more seriously on the track, I decided to put a fire extinguisher in the car. It's recommended by some people, and honestly, they're not the cheapest things in the world, but when you put it in a perspective of the cost of, you know, what your car is worth, they're actually pretty dang cheap. So what I ordered was a 1.4 pound H3R Performance bottle. This is the, I don't know what the technical name of it was. It's a halotron gas. So it's not actually the white powdery substance that goes everywhere. It's just a gas. So God forbid something does happen, hopefully it won't destroy everything else underneath there, you know, assuming the fire is put out by this. So I already kind of got ahead here because I'm sort of in a rush, but I still wanted to show you guys how this is going down. So this is essentially the plate that I kind of just cut out. Fire extinguisher quick release is like so. It comes up pretty quick. This is going to mount right here in the center, and I'm just going to attach it with these bolts here, not because they look pretty, but just because they're kind of low profile. The length might be a little too long. We're going to find that out. So what this is going to do, I've got these other two brackets that I've kind of made. I'm going to weld these to it. It's going to go like so, if you can get a visual picture here. This is going to kind of sit here. This one will sit over here like this, and it's going to kind of offset it, and this is going to attach itself to the seat. So if we go over to the car now, it's going to be something like so. So looking down, it's not going to be in the passenger's feet area, but God forbid I need to grab it from the driver's side, I can quickly kind of just grab it. I may flip this around this way. We'll just see that way, maybe it's easier for me to grab the tab and pull. But nonetheless, it's going to be out of the passenger's way and kind of clean, and, you know, I think just a nice looking setup here. All right, so I already drew my center line down here. I think I'm going to mount the fire extinguisher this way. That way when it's, you know, in the car and such, it'll be a little easier for me to grab the latch and then just kind of pull. If it's this way, latch is a little further away. That seems minuscule, but I think that'll be a cleaner setup, easier to grab. So I'm not gonna be able to drill all these holes. I can always add more if I need to later date. But as of right now, I'm just gonna install, it looks like 5 of them. So I should be able to do 2 centers. And then I think I could probably do something like this, something like that for now. Yeah, let's just double check with the fire extinguisher. I kind of have the idea here, but oh, actually I don't like that, because if maybe you can see, the fire extinguisher is gonna be resting on this. Now I could probably like stick a foam pad or something underneath that, which maybe I'll do that. Grab some of that toolbox foam that I use all the time for stuff and just sort of put it in like this. Can I still latch it? If that's shoved between it. I can. That way it's not rubbing through or anything like that. All right. I'm just gonna drill the 2 center ones first. And I'm gonna be actually tapping this plate. The plate's 1/8 inch thick, so it's not gonna be a ton of threads, but with all these in there, I think it'll be all right. All right, so the only downfall is going to be the screws are sticking out here. So I might, after the fact, once these are welded on, I might end up just bending those a little bit just to kind of raise this up a little bit. Otherwise, because right now I kind of have this marked up so it's kind of resting on the floor. That way it just kind of doesn't vibrate or anything like that. But worst case, I either just kind of chop these screws off kind of where they're at underneath, or get some new screws that are the same length, or we'll figure something out. But for now, I'm just going to drill and tap the rest of these holes. We'll go about our ways. All right, so everything's drilled and tapped. Let's put a couple of these in here just to kind of see that it's secure, make sure that it is secure here. Make sure everything lines up. And again, I might have to cut these screws down. I probably will, to be honest. Even if I don't have to, I probably still will, just for sheer sake of them not sticking out the bottom that much. Alright, I only tightened 3 down, but this bracket is, it's going nowhere already. So if I just kind of put the rest in there, I know it's definitely going to be tight. So let's tack those pieces on and double check it in the car one more time, see how it's going to work. And then hopefully if that works out, we'll just end up full sending it and just welding those completely on there. Alright, so it's tacked up. Just going to kind of clean the metal now. Should have cleaned it before I actually tacked it, but it'll be alright. Alright, nothing to write home about. Tried a little weave thing there, it didn't come out too great. Over there it came out okay, but overall, this thing will work. Let's throw it in there and see how it fits. Alright, it's just gonna make it black, kind of to match the interior of the car, but I'm gonna throw some filler primer on it first. Alright, due to it being like 40 degrees outside, I'm using the heat gun to kind of speed up the process. I don't have a lot of black paint left, but whoops, this should do it. Alright, so I think this turned out actually better than I anticipated. So there it is painted, brackets mounted. I'm not even going to mount the 3 back there right now. This thing's super sturdy. If I need to, I'll put the 3 back there. I just don't have enough bolts. So let's just kind of test fit it again to make sure everything still is cool as it should be. See what it looks like installed. All right, so here's the PWJDM actual tow hook. Now the track I'm going to requires some form of a tow strap. So either the back or the front, is anywhere they can grab something that's accessible without having to find it. So the easiest option to me was throwing this out the back. I've always never been like a fan of it, but it is what it is to meet track tech. I thought about doing a strap in the front. I just don't have any room for it. So this is a pretty simplistic install. This is just going to go on one side of the actual factory tow hook. This is going to go on one side, bolt going through it, nut, just like so. And I'm going to put a little dab of blue Loctite on it. And that's that. So I guess, God forbid I go off track, they can just kind of quickly grab this, pull me by it. I'm not going to worry about attaching the bottom. All right, so here's one more last minute thing I'm going to be doing to the car. This is some Mugen Pedals. I'm pretty sure these are knockoffs just based on the price that I paid for them. But it looks like these are going to kind of go through here. Countersunk screws are going to go through the top of the pedal, and this little bracket is going to go behind it. But each pedal does have some like 3M, maybe it looks like knockoff 3M tape that can kind of just stick itself on there. But I'm going to probably stick those on there and then also use these brackets just to make sure the pedals do not come off. So let's get that going. So as you can see, my clutch pedal's got some paint on it. They kind of just pull right off. Not the easiest task in the world. I'm going to use a pry bar here, see if I can kind of get it started. Kind of get the edge up there. Oh, mine's actually ripping. Well, good thing I'm replacing the cover here. Well, as you can kind of maybe see, it's just like a cover that just kind of slides over it and wraps around it. So mine's a little broke, but at the end of the world, we're replacing it. All right, so the pedal's got like a little shelf here, which slides nicely up under it. But then when you do that, you should just push it up like that. And as you put these socket cap screws through there, it tightens on this, and this should pull in the back of the pedal. The problem is these aren't long enough. So I basically built a little bracket here that essentially is going to go like that. And then this goes underneath that. So this is a little bit wider, as you can maybe see. So it actually ends up pulling on the back of the pedal. All right, so the gas pedal is definitely a pain in the butt. Easiest way I found to rip this thing off was literally just take a razor blade, like so. I kind of put a cut down the middle of it, and then I just sort of took a little pry bar and ripped it off. So that out of the way, the gas pedal kind of fits like so. All right, so there it is installed. Some things were a little different actually what I said. I ended up going down here and ended up going up there with the 2 screws that came with it. Down here I used the original bracket that came with it, but up there I ended up having to make a small little aluminum bracket like I did for the brake and the clutch. And the reason I pushed this up was because as I pushed down on the pedal, I wasn't able to get 100% throttle. It felt like I was, but verified via the S300, I was not able to. Along with these 2 bottom screws, I had to cut them shorter, so they basically just flush with that bracket because they stick out quite a bit once they're installed, which is also causing me not to get 100% throttle. And then I just drilled and threw just 2 of those screws in there just for some added extra measure, but gas pedal's on there, and we're good. All right, so there's the fire extinguisher all installed. I think it came out really nice and it fit perfectly. Ignore the dirty carpet. Carpet's dirty because I'm in the future right now and I already went to the road race event and I had passengers in the car pretty much the entire day. I had a blast. I'm gonna leave it at that. That'll be for another video. So with that being said, if anyone's curious why I didn't mount it to the roll bar or somewhere else in the car, I just felt that was an easier spot that I could get to quicker. I don't have to really turn around. I can just kind of, you know, zip the harness sort of and just reach and go. God forbid I needed it. With that being said, I found them online anywhere from like $80, $100, upwards even of $250. So I was into that for maybe $10 in materials that I just had. And obviously I have a welder already, so that kind of, you know, removes some cost. But that just seemed like the easier solution. And with a time crunch, I didn't have to order anything. The pedals did go in, obviously as you saw, with a little bit of tweaking. Not ideal, but I'm 99% positive those are Mugen knockoff pedals. They work, but I'm sure the official like Mugens would have dropped right into the car, or at least I hope so. Tow hook, super easy install. That was there just to meet tech. I'll probably just end up leaving it on the car. It is what it is. But I appreciate everybody for watching. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, put it in the comments below. I will try to respond. Or if you want, find me on Instagram. I can respond there a bit easier. Just notifications just come across faster on my phone versus the YouTube app or whatever the case is. So as usual, I do appreciate everybody for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, which will be more of the road race thing. It's gonna be tough to edit it. I think I've got like an hour worth of driving, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we'll see. The video will come out shortly. So again, thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.